go to Botswana.
I could see this trail of liquid on the ground.
Well, we just replaced the clutch. Why is there a leak?
We're in the Kalahari desert.
We're going to the national park.
The adventure continues.
6 weeks ago, we rolled out of South Africa with one goal, to explore Southern Africa in our trusty Land Rover Defender Landji. But as it turns out, Landji had a completely different adventure in mind. Somewhere in the heart of the Namibian desert, casually bouncing along a lonely dirt road, everything changed in an instant where Landji suffered catastrophic engine failure, a trip-ending kind of problem. By midnight, Landji was being winched onto the back of a tow truck and we drove on into the darkness back to a town while we tried to figure out what on earth just happened. Subsequently, the weekend was spent sleeping in a shed, then 2 long weeks waiting in the desert, waiting for a new rebuilt engine to bring Landji back to life. And now, here we are, stuck in the middle of nowhere, slightly delirious and absolutely losing our minds.
Lost in the desert.
How are we going to get out of here? I'm so parched.
Oh, my mouth tastes like camel.
Yep, still socks and thongs.
So we've been given the good news that we should be able to get Landji back tomorrow, which is good. We've been away from Landji for a while now. We're all sort of missing home, living out of a suitcase and out of a car. We haven't quite been to as many places we were hoping to get that with the big jobs. End of the day, Landji's only a car and you need a motor for her to move.
It's a footprint. It's a doggy footprint.
In the meantime, we've been staying in the town of Swakopmund. Excuse me, I've pretty much butchered every Namibian name. This poor Aussie tongue can't quite handle it. So we've been staying here while Landji has been getting fixed. And
They have the best playground here in town. Tallulah's been loving it.
that's been fun for Tallulah.
Yeah.
The trip's looking like it's come to an end now. We're going to get back to Landji. You know, Namibia is so crazy in regards to, like, everything's just built in the desert. Look where we are. It's desert, mate. We've only walked 200 metres from the edge of town and might as well be in the Sahara Desert. Namibia is a country of desert. I think you'll find that the sand dunes in Namibia are actually taller than the Sahara Desert, so that explains some of the height we're in. But check this out. This is wild.
We see the whole world of the sand dunes.
Yay! Do you think that's a snake trail? I think so.
Yes. Tell how people is peaceful.
This is cool. Wow, look at the sand. So much sand. It's so cool when the wind blows over the top of the sand dunes and the sand goes flying. It just looks so beautiful. We're nearly at the top. Ta-da! We're at the top. So pretty, we can see the whole world, Lola. What can you see?
Sand down there.
And footprints. Someone's chip packet. Can't go bloody anywhere.
Can't go bloody anywhere. Come on, man.
Oh, mate, this is stunning. Go, Lola.
One thing about the sand dunes, the old socks and thongs, here I was thinking I was smart. She's a little bit full of sand.
What's he in these shoes, Lola?
Oh, my shoes fill up.
Whoa! Whoa! That was a lot, Lola.
Namibia isn't only vast deserts, it's a land rich with crystals hidden beneath the sand. Therefore, while stuck in Swakopmund, a visit to the Crystal Gallery was inevitable. All across the country, we've passed roadside stalls where locals display the crystals they've discovered themselves. And for Tallulah, who's obsessed with her gems, this gallery was pure magic.
Crystal.
It's a maze cave.
Yes. Whoa. Wow. Lead the way, Lola. This is cool.
Oh, keep going.
Can you see it?
Wow! Wow! This is the world's largest quartz crystal cluster. Now that's a rock. It's our last day at the mechanics. They're just calibrating the injectors. They also put some new wheel bearings in and did the disc and brake pads. Every aspect of this car has been fixed. Whoever gets it after us is going to have an absolute diamond. That's what we do here on Landji, isn't it? We turn a rock into a diamond. So I don't know why we would expect anything else from another vessel that we got. We've got about an 18 or 19 hour drive back down to Cape Town, South Africa, and that's what we're going to do. As soon as we finished up here, we're going to beeline it. Really missing the boat and especially Marley. We just can't wait to be back together on the boat again. It's been a longer journey than we anticipated, and so just can't wait to be back on our boat. We will be sailing back up through Namibia as well, so we'll be able to do a little bit more exploring when we have the boat here. Let's hit the road again. You wouldn't read about it. We've just driven maybe 50 kilometres out of Swakopmund with a car that's just been rebuilt, the engine's been rebuilt, and the temperature sensor goes off. So as we were leaving the mechanics, we saw Yosh just reversed the car and I could see this trail of liquid on the ground, and I pointed it out and I said, I don't know what that is, but we're leaking something. One of the mechanics came over and he looked at it, he went under the car, undid something, and all this extra water came out, and he said, oh, that's your air conditioner water or whatever, and did it back up and was like, you're right to go or whatever. And we're like, okay, that doesn't seem right, but whatever. We can't turn the temperature gauge from heater to cooler. So it's stuck in heating mode and it's pumping out hot air from the engine. So the whole time we've been driving, we got this hot air pumping through. We thought we'd pull over and we really need to get back home, okay? So we're just put up with it, whatever, it's just the heater. We pulled over because we're sweating. We want to put like some cooler clothes on, and then the temperature gauge of the engine goes off. So we've just spent the last however long getting the engine rebuilt because of an issue, and we still have the same issue. So I'm a little bit pissed off right now, actually. We're on the side of the road, checking the coolant, checking everything, back to square one.
Yes, I've called the mechanic and he's like, let me just give me a minute and I'll call you back. But he sent two mechanics out to us, so we just got to sit here and wait for them to arrive. I'm so over relying on other people. That's why I love sailing. I love being self-sufficient and doing everything myself. But cars, man, just have to rely on other people. Like, even if I've got some tools on board, but like, I don't know what's going on with this. Cars are a bit more advanced than a simple marine diesel. So, man, I'm just over it.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go sailing, put it that way. The fact of the matter is that all of that was fine beforehand, but you have to disconnect that from the engine when you put the new motor in, don't you? You know, so like it's still the shin bone connected to the knee bone. Like, you just have to work through it. Like, it's all connected. We just wait for old mates to come out here and get us on the road again.
We're back up and running again. We've made it into the next town. The mechanics actually came out. They had a look at everything. They fixed the heater, and then we drove with them for 20 kilometres and the car didn't overheat. So they sent us on our way. We've driven 100 Ks. Maybe the early warning system has gone off from the heater. The motor seems to be running fine. So yeah, we'll just roll with it. We're in a town called Kalahari. It's like 5:30. We're looking for a campsite. We're going to camp again tonight, so the adventure continues.
Even though the car is back to 100%, our confidence is not quite there yet, and even the smallest noises have us on edge. But it's a comforting feeling that we've made the decision to head back to Landji, so now we can enjoy our last days living out of our rooftop tent.
We got as far as the town car a bit before the sun goes down. We've got enough time to cook dinner in the daylight and just get prepared for the evenings. It gets really cold here at night. So how cold do you reckon it gets down to?
Well, we're away from the coast now, so it's hotter in the days, but the evenings will get, because it's clear sky and desert, so
yeah,
there's
like
it
zero?
can get down to zero.
Yeah, we want to kind of just wrap things up before it gets too cold to manage. So yeah. Tonight, I think we're just going to have some veggies, eggs, rice, and I got some veggie snags, and you got some meat as well?
No, I don't.
Okay. You're going to have
a chickpea curry.
Okay, we can do that.
We're on the edge of like the Namib-Norcluft National Park, so it's all national park that we're looking into, which is
so we're like surrounded by a barbed wire fence, and then out past the fence is just beautiful landscape and a beautiful sunset.
National park.
And the national parks. I'm just trying to make do while the sun is shining and it's going down very quickly. So let's cook dinner. So tonight we're going to end up having a vegetarian curry and rice. The best thing that you can do if you're cooking rice is to wash it first and get rid of all of that starchy water, and then it makes really good rice after that. I'm really impressed by South Africa and Namibia's braaiing. They're cooking outside, cooking with fire. The setups that they have at these campsites, it's just us as Australians, we love to cook outside and we love to have a barbecue, but this really is next level. Like, South Africans take it so incredibly seriously, and as a pescatarian, I only eat fish, I don't eat the red stuff, but to see the meat being appreciated and being cooked and being loved, that is awesome. You know, it's kind of showing respect for the animal and respect for the meat. We really need to step it up in Australia. We love our barbecues, but mate, you come to Africa and you see the braai, it is a whole nother level. It's a fine art.
Hi, listen to me. I'm Talil, and this is my name, Dad.
Hi, I'm Dad.
My mom is over there. My mom's trying to just do the dishes and stuff. Wait till one for in a middle. Yeah, ba 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 ba.
We're changing up our plans. Instead of heading straight for South Africa, we're actually cutting across from Windhoek to Botswana. The border crossing there takes about 30 minutes to process you in, and then we're going to drive down through Botswana and back into South Africa. So it's just adding a little bit longer on the trip, not very much, and we get to see a little bit of Botswana on the way back through. So this was like the initial plan, and then things just went south. So
We're beelining back to Landji in South Africa, and then we're like, the Botswana border's just like 3 hours over there.
It's a 3-hour drive, and then we can drive inside
right
Botswana down.
So let's go to Botswana.
Yeah, so we're so excited. We're about 2 hours away from the border. If you've seen The Lion King, I'm sure everyone has. You know Zazu? There's Zazus everywhere along this trip on this road, which is so cool. It's just enticing us in. We've seen a warthog, we've seen ostriches, baboons, and so things are getting a little bit wild. We're looking forward to just exploring a little Botswana on our way down.
We've already entered the Kalahari desert, so we're in like the western Kalahari sort of area. So we'll drive through the west into central Kalahari and then southern Kalahari. We just have 100% reliability now on Landji. She feels really good, and I'm really happy with the way she's driving.
Like, we're sitting on 120, that's the speed limit, and the car is just handling it beautifully, as it should. So we've got a lot of faith in the car now, and so we can actually explore a little bit, or like we can drive. Yeah, we can drive. We can trust
more than
the car.
200 kilometres a day.
Yeah, and faster than 80 kilometres. So yeah, stoked. Every day's an adventure.
Every day is a sprinkle party. I'm a Bobby and a happy world. My vacation, you are my vacation. You can brush my hair. I'll take you everywhere. Bye bye. See ya.
We're currently going through the small town of Gobabis. There's just about an hour left to go to the border. Get closer to Botswana.
Vultures are circling.
Oh my god, we just found the biggest. What is it? Is it a murder of vultures?
I believe it is called a murder.
I think it is called a murder of vultures, but there's like heaps of them over here.
Oh my god.
What?
There's like 100 of them.
There's like, oh, they're so scary, man.
Oh, there's cows just there.
Oh, there's cows too.
Must be a dead
Oh my
cow.
god, there must be something
Waterhole.
dying or something. They're all just hanging out waiting for something to die. Oh my god. It smells like death. Something isn't well over there. That's why all the vultures are around. You see them circling in the sky. Oh. Stinky patch.
Now we're talking. That's the whole entire world out there, Lola.
Oh my god, there's a giraffe on the side of the road. Stop!
What?
What? Did you see a baby giraffe? Is she on the side of the road? Oh, we love the bubbles, don't we? Oh.
That's Botswana, Tallulah.
Looks like we're rolling into the border check-in point. Apparently it takes about half an hour. It's a pretty quick process, so we'll see how we go. Yeah, I don't like filming officials and stuff. I'm like...
It gets really scary.
I don't like it.
What's
I
up,
don't think
princess?
you're actually meant, you know, different countries, some places they really don't like it, so I just like to be a good girl.
You just never know what you're going to get when you are clearing in through borders, whether it's immigration or customs or health or quarantine, because sometimes the officers are definitely on their power trip. But man, that was super easy and super smooth. Hopefully it's that easy everywhere we go. That was nice.
Yeah.
People were super helpful and friendly. Like it was, you know, generally you get that brush off sort of thing because they've been dealing with people all day, but they were like, yeah, that was sweet. They're like, yeah, no, go over here first and then do this, do that. So
We're off to a good start.
yeah, it's good.
There's horses and cows. Awesome. Botswana! Yeah!
Who would have thought we'd been Botswana?
Botswana.
Botswana.
The sun's setting, but we've got a campsite at a lodge close by. It's only 12 minutes from the border, so we are setting up and cooking some dinner very soon in Botswana. Welcome to Botswana. It's our first day of driving here. We're in the Kalahari Desert, but it's quite green in the part that we're at the moment. There's lots of green shrubbery, small trees and grass. But as we get further south, I think there's going to be sand dunes and things like that. So it is going to be a pretty cool trip, even though it's a short one. But yeah, there's so much livestock. There's no fences where we are. I don't think there's many fences in Botswana either, but there's been just cows, donkeys, horses on the sides of the road so far. You've got to take it carefully. They do recommend not driving at night time because there is so much livestock around. So we're going to be smashing it during the daytime. Our first town is Kang. It's about 350 kilometres away. We'll just reassess how we're going after that.
So Botswana is really remote, you know, and there's long distances travelled between each town. We are sticking to the freeway to get from here down to Kang, so we will be, you know, on a nice tar-sealed road, so we're pretty sweet. We've got a full tank of fuel, but because it's so remote and where we're heading from Kang, we've got to head down into the southern Kalahari, into Gemsbok National Park, which there will cross into South Africa. But you need to be fully self-sufficient through this area, so we're going to have to fill up our jerry cans, make sure we have heaps of water. We've already carried heaps of water, but our water tank on the roof and water tank at the back will fill them two up. Kang is sort of like the last town that we could provision for the following days. Overlanded.
Yeah.
This is what the trip was originally about.
I know.
At least we get to do a few days of it.
There's just so much we wanted to see on this trip. We can't do everything fast, so
Yeah.
we'll just have to put it in the basket of next time. Oh, what's that? Oh, he's running a dog. More than 17% of Botswana is national reserve, and they don't control the animals. It's unfenced, and so you get a true wilderness experience, and it also doesn't disrupt the animals' natural migration paths. So it is pretty wild. You know, you're actually looking at wild animals here. They're not even in a game reserve. They're just roaming free. Coffee break.
A wild state
that about Botswana. You know, we've come from Namibia, which is one of the least densely populated countries, into Botswana, which is exactly the same. You know, so much of it is just wildlife, waltz and free, so who's going to want to live in that area, you know? And there's like 85-90% of Botswana's population lives in the one capital city down near the South African border, which is close to Pretoria and Johannesburg and that. The rest of the country is just like this.
Yeah.
Raw, rugged and wild, man. Just yellow and brown and black as far as the eye can see. Oh, there's a green tree. As you go further north, though, when you get into the Okavango Delta, that's like the full natural phenomenon where the river from further up north doesn't flow to the sea, it flows inland. When the floods happen up north, all the Okavango Delta gets flooded, and that's where it attracts so much wildlife. But unfortunately, that's the area we're not going to be able to get to because it's still 700k north of where we are. It's a place where we really wanted to go to, but it's still such a long way away. It's the largest inland delta in the world, so that's pretty crazy. But yeah, we've got 300k still to get to our little town of Kang, and there's nothing to stop at in between here and there, only a random tree for a coffee break. Go mama, overtaken! Woohoo! Woohoo! Back in, there's a car coming. Is anyone else, when their wife, partner's driving, just like holding on to their knickers the whole time? You're driving really good, babe. Good job, babe.
So are they going to search the car now?
I don't think so. Man, there's a lot going on in there.
Just went through the biggest police check I've ever freaking been through.
Benita's not one for authority. We're like, not that she hates authority, she just gets always scared and feels like she's doing something wrong.
It looks like we're just approaching Kang now. It's gone back down to 60 kilometres an hour. And there's also cattle grid as well. Keep the livestock out of town. Here we go. Is that a defender? Little goats. Oh, I see a Mali dog. Oh my God. There's a greyhound. We need to find the grocery store, and then also we need to fill the car back up with diesel, and then the jerry cans up above as well, and the water tank. Inside the playground. There's a meat factory. You won't believe it. As we pulled out of the supermarket, Yosh couldn't push the clutch in, and then when he could, it would get stuck. He couldn't put it into gear. We made it just up the road. We come to the petrol station, and there's a whole bunch of fluid on the ground. What's that? What do you think?
There's like an auto parts thing across the road here, so I've managed to go get a liquid transmission fluid.
And what does he think?
He's called up the mechanic guy, Kivan, so he's on his way.
Does he know Land Rovers?
Yeah, they were speaking local language, but it was a lot of Land Rover.
Okay. Are you okay?
Oh, well, we just replaced the clutch. Why is there a leak?
We just replaced the whole motor. So we just put some new brake fluid in it just to get us to this mechanic's house. Down we go, down the back streets. I don't know where the we're going. Chickens everywhere.
He's a very sweet.
He's very sweet.
I don't feel unsafe. We had one run in with a drunk fella at the food shop. It's pretty standard outside the bottle shop as well, isn't it? So, everyone else just seems very friendly. So, I don't feel unsafe.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm afraid if I try to do something here, then the car will stay here. At least we top it up with fluid and we can get it into gear. Then he can come to my place, and whether he meant his house or mechanic.
Yeah.
At least we're off the street. The old fella knew straight away. I was trying to explain that I wanted clutch falling, the clutch lost all its liquids. The boys were like, yeah, here you go, here's 5 litres of this transmission gear. It doesn't match up to what I've got written down, what I need, but righto. Now they take it over, and the old boy's like, no, this is wrong. This does not work in here. So I'm like, oh, well, that's good. That's good stuff.
back on the road again.
Oh,
Thank God that was an easy fix. So
hopefully that's it. Hopefully
yeah.
that's it. So it sort of looked like a bit of a bleed valve or something off the hose that comes straight off. That was loose, but there was another hose that attaches to that where a bracket had snapped, so they were flapping around. So maybe that was the cause for it to come loose. Old mate was pretty confident. He's like, yeah, that was really loose just there, and so like that was definitely leaking from there, so we've tightened that up and hopefully it's as simple as that. But the clutch feels good again at the moment. The gears are going in very easy, so we'll just check again.
we couldn't get where we wanted to get to today. We just got held up with shopping and then the motor as well. So we had to backtrack an extra 25 kilometres. But I think there's a campsite here we can stay at. So I prefer to stay out of town than in town. Yeah, this is called the Kalahari Rest. So we'll see if
they got a giraffe at the side. This must be good. Wow, are you kidding me?
Here it was 130 per night for a room for us, or it was $40 to camp, Aussie. So be camping.
$40 just to pitch your tent on a piece of. You don't get anything for it.
Yeah, you get a shower and a toilet.
Impala giraffe.
We have a giraffe.
How's it?
How's it? Have we seen them before?
No.
It's like the frothiest people we've seen, like overlanding so far.
It is. What's the plan tonight, Mum?
Rice, veggies, and you guys are having sausage, and I think I'm just going to have lentils or something. I just don't have time tonight to like cook some like chickpea patties or something from scratch, so I just need something easier than that.
Quick and easy. We've had a big day, mate.
It's been a bit stressful. Well, not that stressful, I just...
You handled it like a champ. What a woman. What are you doing, mate? You just got busted sucking on the honey bottle. Cheeky little princess. And then when you look over and you just see her going... Sweet tooth like mum, eh? You're it. Can't catch me. What? Whoa, look how fast you are. Teddy bear, you're it.
I've been getting into these, I can never say it, Klosshowers. They're like non-alcoholic lemon drinks. And they also have like really good non-alcoholic beer as well, and cider in Namibia and Botswana. So they probably have it in South Africa as well. I just haven't noticed them. So if you find one of these, they're yum.
This furnace with like flames underneath it, they call it a donkey boiler. Basically the courtesy thing is to keep that fire running because that's the hot water for the campsite.
We're going to have a hot shower tonight, I think.
We want to have a hot shower tonight? We have to do it tonight.
Donkey burner going.
We'll keep the donkey going. Love it how everything's called donkey around here. Donkey bay, donkey burner.
I didn't realise that a jack was actually the word for a donkey. I didn't know that.
Welcome to Africa. Good morning. So after our little debacle of yesterday with the clutch dropping all its fluid, it sort of makes us question about which way we're going to go, whether we stick to the freeway or if we do turn off and go to Gemsbok National Park and drive through there and make the border crossing at Gemsbok. We stick to the freeway and go the sealed way around, so I guess it's more trafficy close to resources. But we figured out that leak. I checked all the fluids this morning. There's plenty of fluid, and we've changed gears a lot since we've dropped all the clutch fluid. We have a brand new motor. The clutch is new. There's so much new stuff about the car. It's basically a new car. Really, it's the perfect time to be turning right and going through the national park. Well, that was our thinking anyway, because we just turned right, we're going to the national park.
Breakdown, we're also going to be able to look out for lions.
The thing about the national park is too, you know, there's no fences obviously, and like if we do break down, then we're going to have to be on lookout because there's a lot of predatory species, they say, in this park. So the famous Kalahari lion with the dark mane, a lot of cheetah, and a
lot of hyena. If we do break down, Mum's on lion watch.
I ain't getting out the car, mate.
Man, I always question whether I'm bloody headed in the clouds or if I'm doing the right thing. Mate, you only live once, eh?
I'd like to make it a long time.
I'd like to live a bit longer, but a couple of brushes with death and lions always keeps life exciting. Cow. The big one. All right, well, we've been sensible. We've turned around. We're not going to go into the national park. It's reading about it, more info on the book, and there's only a couple of campsites we can stay if we stuck to the main track. And then reading up on those campsites says you're not allowed kids under 8 years old. Now, it is an open camping, so I guess they see little children as prey. Even though we might be able to get all the way through the park in one go, I don't even think they'd let us into the park, considering you can't stay anywhere with kids under 8. Unfortunately, we just had to make the call. Rather than drive extra 200k and get to the gate and be like, no, you're not allowed in. It is what it is. Let's get back to Big Boat.
We might not be going into the national park, but we found this gravel road that cuts across from one sealed road to another. It's not technically the national park, but the national park doesn't have any fences anyway, so we still might see some wildlife. We're into the wilderness now.
This stretch marks the final leg of our journey. Once we cross back into South Africa, it's all highways and smooth tar roads, and honestly, it's a little bittersweet. Part of us is excited to get back to Landji too, our floating home and our normality.
We're just passing through the small town of Kakia, coming out to the other end of that dirt road, and we're going to end up meeting back up with another sealed road. Cute little town. Well, that was Kakia. The next town is Kokocha. Let's go.
But at the same time, the pull of Africa's wild heart keeps tugging us back.
There's a big water hole just over here. Good little water source for the town.
You just never know when you'll round a corner and lock eyes with another incredible African animal, and that magic is hard to walk away from.
It's just not every day you overtake a horse and cart.
This whole trip has been about adventure, a real inland African adventure, the kind we feel through every bump and rattle of a dirt road. The sense of remoteness, of exploring the raw edges of Africa, it is something we will always carry with us, and leaving that all behind, well, that's the toughest part of all. So we found ourselves going bush.
Just to find the lodge.
Just to find the lodge. We found the manager and she said, yeah, just head up that track and stay right. And that's what we're doing, right? Yeah, still going bush, eh? There's heaps of tracks around, like, it's pretty densely scrubbed though, so we haven't seen anything yet, but it is a game reserve, so it might take a little bit longer to get out of it in the morning than we thought.
There's so many footprints in the sand around here from all the animals, so there's quite a lot of wildlife around here. I've found a house here. I thought it was going to be on the right, but there's something on the left here.
Oh, it's not a bad little place. It's pretty cool, sort of set up, a couple of cabins, couple of toilet blocks, big bright area in the middle. Lovely big kitchen. Everything's sort of overlooking the waterhole out the front here. And the lady said that checked us in, her house is just behind the hill here and we're looking at the same waterhole. Last night there was 12 giraffes and 2 babies here. It is a private reserve on the edge of the actual national park. We didn't have any other accommodation to stay at. So,
Daddy,
yeah?
don't forget the rhinos.
And don't forget the rhinos. Yes, there are rhinos walking around too, so we need to keep our eyes out for rhinos. There's 2 cabins. And we have the option of this one and this one only because there was guests here last night and they didn't leave till late. So the room across from us wasn't made up. So we have this cabin, which has 4 single beds. After 3 of us sleeping in one bed on the rooftop tent, we're all gonna have our own bed tonight. Yay! High five! Pow! Yeah, we're all sleeping in there.
No, we're not. Over there.
This concludes our overland adventure through southern Africa, and what better backdrop to wave goodbye to the desert than this little lodge in Botswana. Whilst we didn't get to go as far as we had hoped or seen as much as we wanted, we have created lifelong memories together as a family, and that was the whole point. We have so much to be thankful for, and this trip has highlighted the passion we have for adventure and travelling. But I think cars are just not for us. We like our Landji 2 home the best and are excited for the future plans of sailing and the Atlantic Ocean crossing. Thanks everyone for watching, and we hope you enjoyed this video and the Overland series. A huge shout out to Paula C, James M, Brendan, Patrick O and Sam G for joining the Froth family. Sign up to our Patreon for a real life update, as it hasn't just been Landji causing us issues recently. South Africa and Landji 2 have a surprise waiting for us. Yes, more problems.